Howdy folks, Nathan here with a question for you. Would you wait an extra year to buy a vehicle with such an exquisite interior? Or would you buy the 2020 version? Let me explain what I'm talking about. Follow me outside. This is the 2020 Mazda 3. This one has the all-wheel drive, it's the sedan version, and right now they only come with one engine, 186 horsepower, four-cylinder engine that's a 2.5 liter that puts out 186 pound-feet of torque. It's hooked up to a 6-speed automatic transmission. All right, so with that setup, you can only get the 6-speed auto. The only car this competes against, technically speaking, is the Subaru Impreza, and the reason why, that has all-wheel drive as well. However, that has a CVT. There is a manual option available for that car, but this one, in general, is more fun, a lot nicer to drive, and a lot nicer to live with. And personally speaking, I think it's better looking. I mean, not only is it better looking, how often do you see a hatchback that doesn't look as good as the sedan version? I truly believe that this sedan is actually better looking than the Mazda 3 hatchback. But I digress, because the question here is, should you guys wait for the 2021 models? Why would that matter? There are two models that are coming out for 2021. There is the 2-liter, that is going to be their new base model. And then of course, there's the turbo. Now the turbo is going to have 250 horsepower, 4-cylinder turbocharged engine that is pretty much the same damn engine that came out of the CX-9 and CX-5 and a whole bunch of other Mazda products, including the 6-speed automatic transmission and including the all-wheel drive system. That's the only way it will come. Fortunately, it will come with a hatchback or sedan. That's nice. But what if you don't have the money for a $38,000 vehicle, which is what it sounds like it's going to be? Mazda's also introducing a 2-liter version of the Mazda 3. Now this will be just the sedan. It'll just have a 6-speed automatic transmission, and it will have their 150 horsepower 4-cylinder engine that puts out 155 pound-feet of torque. That's right. Let's look around this vehicle a little bit, because I think you guys need to appreciate what it really looks like. Look at that. That's their Kodo design at work. Now, bear in mind that over time, they've managed to do almost the impossible. They've taken a sweet-looking car and made it sweeter. Yet they made it a little bit more masculine. Yet they made it a little bit more sophisticated. I absolutely am in love with the way they made this car look. Now I know some of you guys are thinking, well, what about the Honda Civic? What about the Toyota Corolla? Don't they compete? Yeah, but they don't have all-wheel drive variants. As a matter of fact, none of the competitors other than Subaru have an all-wheel drive version available. Granted, there is one more thing about Subaru, a lot less expensive. And I'm thinking that that's why Mazda is looking at lowering their base model. Now currently, the base model 2.5 is around 23 realistically. From what we're hearing, because the prices haven't officially been announced, they're looking at coming much closer to 20 or possibly just below it with their base model 2-liter. Okay, that's pretty cool, but what do you miss? You miss that big engine. That is a lot less horsepower. Now, other Mazdas in the past have had that 2-liter, so it's already been tried and true. We know it works quite well. There is another issue. Some of you have been asking about Skyactiv X. Now, Skyactiv X was this miracle engine, super high compression, 4-cylinder engine that would basically be the equivalent of having a diesel engine in terms of gas mileage and having really good performance and all this other stuff. We even tested one. We have a video with us doing a little bit of a test with one and a write-up. Unfortunately, it just didn't quite work out for the United States, and so far, that engine is unavailable. Okay, so going back to the question, should you wait for one of these for 2021? Here's my point of view. If you want the 2.5, then why wait? Because you're getting really good horsepower. 186 horsepower is pretty damn good in a small car like this. And you're getting one of the nicest interiors in its class. It is fabulous. Let's look at this interior again. Well, come here. Look at this. I just love their styling. Real controls, very comfortable. Everything feels expensive. You really do feel like you're in a much more expensive vehicle. And that could be one of the problems because Mazda has been pushing upmarket for a while. I've complained about that because I've owned 3 Mazdas, and in the past, they have represented a very economical equation. They're inexpensive to buy, they're inexpensive to run, and they're pretty reliable. Not to mention the fact that they're fun, which is why I've owned 3. So, the question is, why did they go up price? That's part of the reason right there. Super high tech, very comfortable, nice interior. It's kind of a shame. So that's why this 2-liter is coming out for the 2021 model. Once again, that whole question is, should you wait? My answer is, if you want this car, which is sort of in the middle, in between the 2-liter and that big turbo, no, go for it. But if you want a less expensive version, 2 liters coming out, or if you want a much faster version, that turbo's coming out. Remember guys, that turbo is not a Mazda Speed 3. A lot of people think it's sort of the rebirth of it. It's not. Even Mazda said, no. It's basically going to be just the more powerful engine in a car that handles much the same as the regular one. Something to keep in mind. Hopefully we'll get more information on that car in the near future, and hopefully we'll be testing one in the nearer future. We'll find out about that soon enough. Thanks guys for joining me for the Fast Lane Car, and for TFL Now, this is Nathan. See you next time.